This is probably the most serious topic I've ever mentioned on my channel, but can we please take a moment to appreciate my lobster shirt? Yo, how sick is that? Hello everyone and welcome back to the Wolf Pack. Welcome to another morning of a daily vlog. And if you think I am way too excited for my little lobster shirt here, then you are absolutely correct. Next time I'm gonna wear this shirt on the next game day and be like, get bisqued, roll them up. Who's ready to get pinched? Ooh, actually no, that won't. Now to actually be on topic today, July was a wonderful month for gaming. So is August so far. And I can't complain about that because it's the best friggin' thing ever. Got so many cool games played. However, let's start off with the digital games slash books now, which I'm gonna incorporate in this very beginning part, and then we'll get into the board games right after. So I finished, as of the time of this recording, I finished Clair Obscuro Expedition 33. It is hands down one of the best modern games I've ever played. I played it on PS5 and I played it every single night. I haven't been addicted to a game for a very long time. Day in and day out and just level up. It was everything that I could have ever asked for in a modern game. And the art is just absolutely amazing. If you haven't played Expedition 33, you need to play this game. This is like a top tier game and I just can't believe how good it is. Thanks to Bonds for showing me this one. I tuned in on her stream and as soon as I saw how the combat worked in this game, I was like, dude, I need to download this. And then after that, I played it every single day until I finished it. So right now I'm actually in the epilogue, which is kind of weird because it says I'm 66% done. So I'm like, am I finished with the game or am I not? So I'm gonna play the epilogue tonight and see what happens from there. But for the most part, I finished it, incredible experience, and I loved it every second of the way. So that was pretty much the only game I played, and then on the way to Gen Con, which kind of bleeds into August a little bit because it was end of July, I ended up playing an emulator, which is just Pokemon Emerald on my phone, but I do need to go back and finish Chrono Odyssey after this batch of commercials is done. And yeah, so that's it for my video games. And then in terms of books, I've been trying to read a lot more. So I started The Way of Kings and I couldn't get far into it. And then I started Mistborn, couldn't get far into that either. And I'm like, I really want to love Brandon Sanderson stuff because I watch him all the time on TikTok. I love the way he speaks and everything. But I'm like, am I missing something here? Because for all the hype behind the series, I just can't dive into it. And I know so many people love it. I think I will once I get to like that overarching point, but I'm gonna revisit those books later on. The third book, which I'm reading currently right now, and I'm trying really hard to finish too, is The Sword of Kaigen. Again, these three books, everyone raves about, and I don't know what it is, but I cannot get into all three of them. And I looked back into it and I'm like, what is preventing me from continuing to read these? And I know that I hate it when books just throw a bunch of jargon at you and throw a bunch of names and assume that you know everything. I just want you to tell me like, what is this jargon you're using? What are all these techniques happening? What is all of this world building without being so like subtle about it? I will revisit the Brandon Sanderson books, but I'm about to finish The Sword of Kaigen and it was okay so far. There are a lot of frustrating moments in Sword of Kaigen where you want to root for a character and they're just not winning. And I'm like, dude, I hate seeing a character getting beat down for so long. Like, when are they gonna start winning? But Carly from Board Game Buzz just recommended Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinneman, and I'm gonna download it actually this week and see how that goes once I finish Sword of Kaigen. Carly's been 10 out of 10 for all of her board games and her movie recs, so let's see how her book rec goes for this one. I got faith though, and it sounds like a good one. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the games that we got played this month. First one is Tea Garden. I did a full-on review for that, which you can check around here, and I loved it. It was a good game. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it in my collection, but I enjoyed how peaceful it was, and both my wife and my niece loved the game because they both destroyed me in it, whatever. My favorite thing about Tea Garden though was definitely the progression in it, and I loved how you can specialize in one track and everyone can choose a different track to go up, whether or not you decide to specialize in a university or specialize in building out your land or specialize in getting your cards ready. Either or, you end up with the same amount of points. So it becomes a very, very tight game. And that's why I enjoyed Tea Garden a ton. And then I got my first solo play of Oathsworn in months. So super happy with that. Super fun as always. I actually only got the story section and I'm waiting to finish off the combat in chapter 9. I'm probably gonna try to hit chapter 10 and have to put it away because I do have to learn some other solo games for an upcoming month. After that, got to play Andromeda's Edge. Always a wonderful month when I get to get my favorite game played. And this was with the expansion too. Man, the Cosmic Frog, oh my god, with the expansion, I cannot imagine playing this game without expansion. No, this is not a sponsored video, but it's just so good. Like the new raiders and everything, the new exotech, I'm so hyped on this game, and I literally have not played this game without expansion since. So look forward to it. Campaign's coming in a few weeks from now. Gonna be super exciting with the playmat, and now I saw the dice tower too that was at Gen Con. It's just, this game is leveling up further than I could ever imagine. And then midway through July, I got to play Parks, both editions actually. I played the first edition and the second edition because I am trying to cement my thoughts on both the games to see whether or not I would want to recommend the second one. I mean, I really love the second one, but I'm trying to figure out what were the nuances that makes the second one a worthy upgrade so I can put it together in a comprehensive video. So either way, I still love the first Parks. The second Parks just makes everything way more streamlined. And I mean, for me, I would upgrade in a heartbeat. And then afterwards, we got to play a 6-player Veiled Fate. Now, I've been playing a lot of Ivy Studio games, and they've just been knocking it out of the park. They are on fire right now with their releases. And 6-player Veiled Fate was so much fun because finally I have another game to add that is lighter for a bigger crowd and still a weighty board game. Like, it's still medium to lightweight, but definitely way better than a party game by any means. And on the same day, we also got to play 6-player Scythe. Now I lost in this one, but by the end, there were some weird rules, things going on, so I'm just gonna let that be. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Actually, when I went to Gen Con, I went to the Stonemaier booth, and I totally missed Jamie Stegmaier, who was there. He hasn't been to Gen Con for ages. I'm so sad I didn't see him there, but I was at the booth, and I stopped. They share a booth with Meeple Source, who does a ton of upgrades. They do a ton of Stonemaier upgrades, which is why they share a booth, but then they do upgrades for a bunch of other games too. I was looking out for side tokens and asked around, but I couldn't find any for the encounter tokens. I really wanted the upgraded wooden encounter tokens to replace the cardboard ones that I have, but I'll get it eventually somewhere. They also had a bunch of Rise of Fenris upgrades too, which is the campaign version for Scythe as well. I mean, I would love to play the campaign someday, but I'm so committed to many solo games right now that it's hard for me to expand and go beyond that. I will eventually though, because I know you get to unlock some really cool stuff from what I've seen alongside the metal mechs that we played with. So it's a good hint of what's coming. And then that same night, we also got to play Excalibur, definitely my favorite party game by far this year. It's so good. I think this is like a staple party game now with how often we've played it. It's so easy because you just grab chips and everyone like gets a little overwhelmed by the ability so far, but like after one round, everyone's just chilling because you play one chip on your turn and you start off with 3. So it's not much to keep up with. The deduction and suspense of figuring out who has Excalibur makes it so incredibly fun. So I love how this game plays out. And then we actually finished the night, not with the party game, but with Critter Kitchen. Now, the reason why I love Critter Kitchen at this player count is because it fits a huge group and it's not as heavy as Scythe, but it's heavier than Excalibur, and it's also heavier than Veiled Fate. So it gives a really nice meaty game, which fits because, you know, there's meat in the game and ingredients and chefs. And either way, I love the simultaneous worker placement actions here because you have 3 chefs and you send out 1 chef to go grab ingredients, but then there's a fast chef and a medium speed chef and a slow chef. But then the slow chef also can carry the biggest amount of ingredients. So if you haven't played Critter Kitchen yet, you absolutely need to because I really love it. The only thing is, it just takes up so much table space and there's so many modules that it is overwhelming. I kind of wish it was condensed down, but I guess it doesn't, it doesn't hurt to have more options for you. But for me, I always love like a tighter experience and then like one designated expansion instead of like, here are 50,000 modules you can add to your game. Now after that, my least favorite game this month actually is Green Team Wins. I played it once and I don't really need to play it again because it's ultimately a popularity vote game. Now again, like I know you don't have to take this game, you don't have to take a party game like this serious, but I just think the concept of it isn't as interesting as Excalibur. And it's a weird comparison, even though they're both party games, they're drastically different. But for Green Team Wins, you want to be on the green team. And it's a popularity vote, and you ultimately want to have a decision made by everyone else. So if you know your group, then you kind of know where you want to be at. And I think there's too much social awareness for me to enjoy the game as much as I know my friends. It's fine, I just think it's too silly and too open-ended for me to keep in my collection. Because I'd rather have something that's a little more objective, even though I enjoy social games like that. It was okay. I was surprised with how much hype that this game got. Everyone recommends Green Team Wins. That after I played it, I'm like, this is for a popularity vote the entire time? There's probably a reason why it was $10 and on sale at Barnes & Noble, but it's okay. I'm glad that people enjoy it. Definitely not a good fit for me for sure. And then from there, I also got to play a 2-player game of Pillars of Fate. Honestly, if you like any of the Fate games from Ivy Studio, you're gonna love this one because it is quick. I really enjoyed it. I did a review on it too, and it's an easy, straightforward 2-player game. It's so replayable because the conditions change every round, and I love it a lot more than Desert Oasis because you have asymmetric abilities included. So I love that this little tiny box gives you so much game and so much replayability. And it was a game that I hope many of you got at Gen Con too, because I saw some of your comments too. And I hope you enjoyed it because it was a definite slam dunk for me. So overall, a great gaming month. Definitely my least favorite was Green Team Wins. And my favorite, okay, again, same disclaimer I say every time, but if I don't say it, people are gonna call me out on it. Yes, Andromeda's Edge was played this month. Yes, it's still my favorite game, but I'm gonna highlight some other games to say that it was the one that I enjoyed the most for this month. So just because I picked another one doesn't mean Andromeda's Edge has been dethroned. Now, with that, I will say my favorite play this month is definitely Scythe. It continues to be one of the most replayable games in my collection because you have so many different interactions between the factions. I love the economy and resource building in here because I can never get it right, and it makes me want to play it again. This is also the first time we played with the metal mechs, and it really elevated the experience, like everyone having these metal soldiers out, even though we're not really fighting per se, because it's not really a combat-oriented game, even though it has combat in it. But I just love the table presence of Scythe. I love the economy building. I play it on the app sometimes too, but I just feel like there's so much more to learn and understand and master in this game, which is why I love playing it, especially at higher player counts. So with that said, thank you all so much for joining me on another monthly wrap-up video. July was absolutely fantastic. Also got a ton of games played in August, which I'll be doing a wrap-up in September too, and we'll be talking about those. But yeah, I would love to know what other games you have all been playing this month in July. If you managed to get to Gen Con, I would love to hear what you demoed, what games you end up buying, what games you end up trying out and playing right after or during the convention. It was a very good gaming month, I'm sure, for a lot of people. So with that said, if you made it to the very end, go ahead and comment something super simple today. We'll do fun as the ending word because honestly, it's such a fun month for gaming, and we'll keep it as simple as that. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow.